You leave this place. This is my territory.
How amusing. A silent brute claiming territory, like an animal guarding a rusted toy.
Don't need you here.
Oh, Jason. I did not come to ask for your permission. I came because pain calls to me.
I will make you leave.
Do you truly believe that scrap of metal can touch me? I've witnessed suffering far greater than anything your broken mind can comprehend.
You talk too much, and you think too little.
A creature shackled by memories of his mother, wandering and killing like a wounded beast.
I don't need memories. I only need to rip you apart. Then try. Monster of Crystal Lake.
In this video, we're diving into one of the most epic matchups in horror history. Jason Voorhees versus Pinhead. Two unstoppable forces born from darkness itself, each with their own brand of power, horror, and legacy. On one side, we have Jason Voorhees, the masked juggernaut of Crystal Lake. Standing at approximately 6 feet 4 inches and weighing a formidable mass of muscle and horror, he possesses superhuman strength, near immortality, and an unfaltering fixation on punishing trespassers. On the other side stands Pinhead, the hell priest of the Cenobites, standing around 2 meters tall, with a lean and almost weightless frame. A being of ruthless intelligence, supernatural authority, and eternal mastery over pain. So, what happens when brutal physical unstoppable force clashes with twisted metaphysical cruelty? When primal slasher meets extra-dimensional tormentor, who walks away? In this video, we will analyze both characters' unique strengths and abilities before pitting them against each other in a hypothetical battle. Stay tuned to find out who would win. We regularly post videos like this one, pitting iconic horror characters against each other to determine who would win. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of these epic showdowns. Jason Voorhees is not merely a man. He is the embodiment of remorseless vengeance incarnate. Born near Crystal Lake, raised in isolation, and traumatized by childhood bullying and the tragic drowning he suffered, his mother's obsession birthed his monsterhood. Over the decades and various incarnations, Jason evolved from a drowned and deformed boy into the shape, a relentless avenger bearing a hockey mask and a machete, stalking the boundaries of life and death. Jason's powers and durability are both terrifying and simple. He exhibits brute strength, capable of smashing through doors, ripping flesh from bone, and overpowering entire groups of victims without pause. He falls from heights, is impaled, is burned, is buried. And yet each time he rises anew, as though death itself rejects him. His body decays, the mask cracks, but his will remains intact. He marches forward. His fighting style is brutally straightforward. No finesse, no rhetoric, just silent forward motion. He doesn't scheme. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't fear. His weapon of choice is the rusted machete, an extension of his will to kill. In countless confrontations, he has proven that when confronting ordinary humans, Jason is not just a threat, he is inevitability. But tonight, his opponent is anything but human. If Jason Voorhees is the embodiment of unstoppable physical vengeance, then Pinhead is the embodiment of cosmic torment and twisted order. As the Hell Priest of the Cenobites, Pinhead exists beyond simple murder. He enforces the boundaries of pleasure and pain, reality and nightmare. Once a human named Elliot Spencer,
My name is Spencer, Elliot Spencer.
He embraced forbidden knowledge and became something else entirely. His nature and cycle differ radically from Jason's. Pinhead answers to no mortal code, only to the eternal laws of the lament configuration and the hive of Cenobites. His hunting behavior is profoundly different. He doesn't simply kill his victims, he chooses them, torments them psychologically, and drags them into realms of suffering beyond human comprehension. He senses fear, draws upon it, shapes reality around it. He can materialize chains, summon hooks, shift dimensions, impose eternal punishment. His intelligence is high, his strategy layered. He manipulates the environment, bends physics, and uses the victim's own desires or sins against them. Visually and symbolically, Pinhead stands adorned with nails driven into his skull, leather-clad, calm, dreadful, a figure of dark dominion. In comparing their strengths and weaknesses, Jason Voorhees' strengths lie in his sheer endurance, his physical dominance, and his implacable nature. He can absorb extreme amounts of damage, resurrect from apparent death, and keep coming until nothing stands in his way. He thrives in environments of isolation, darkness, and fear. But his weaknesses are born from that same monstrous design. He lacks finesse, strategic nuance, and is less effective when faced with beings who transcend brute force. His domain is the camp, the woods, the stalking ground, not necessarily the shifting dimension of horror that Pinhead commands. Pinhead's strengths, by contrast, are his mastery of metaphysical horror, his ability to manipulate pain and suffering as tools, and his command over reality's darker edges. He is not bound by simple physical limitations the way Jason is. However, his weaknesses stem from his dependence on rules, rituals, and the nightmare framework. If a victim does not enter his domain, or if the environment resists the Cenobite's intrusion, his power may be mitigated. He is less about smashing and more about ensnaring. When brute force alone is applied, he may find himself vulnerable to a predator who simply keeps advancing, unthinking, and unafraid. Now, imagine a scenario where these two titans collide in a hypothetical confrontation. The scene is stripped to its essential conflict. Jason emerges from the undergrowth of the forgotten camp, machete glinting under moonlight. Pinhead steps through a rift of darkness, chains flickering in another dimension. Jason charges, swinging his blade in wide arcs. Pinhead calmly extends a long chain tipped with hooks, the sound of steel echoing in the void. Jason's first great strength shows. Each blow he delivers is lethal for mortal flesh. Pinhead shrugs off the damage, but he counters with hooks that wrap, slice, drag Jason into a realm of pain. Jason's endurance shines. He breaks through the chains. His machete bites into Pinhead's leather, tearing flesh beneath the metal. But Pinhead shifts reality. The ground warps. Deep hooks punch from walls. The air smells of blood and sulfur. Jason staggers under the metaphysical assault, but his fixation keeps him going. In one brutal moment, Jason grabs Pinhead's arm, yanks the chain free from the wall, and slams the Hell Priest into the lake's icy water. Pinhead hisses, changes shape, flames licking his leather garb. The two lock in a test of wills, Pinhead channeling otherworldly pain, Jason channeling simple, relentless murder. Though the combat appears over, a final whisper of chains echoes behind him. Pinhead may yet return. But for now, only one figure remains standing in the cold mist by Crystal Lake. On this night, the victor is Jason Voorhees. Despite Pinhead's mastery of metaphysical horror and dimension-bending torment, the winning factors belonged to the masked monster. His unsurpassed physical endurance, his immunity to fear, and his singular drive to kill until nothing remains. Pinhead relies on rituals, dimensions, choices. Jason simply requires a trespasser and the night. When the dust settles, only one remains standing in the darkness. Did you enjoy watching this video? Comment below and tell us which characters you'd like to see battle next. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our epic Who Would Win videos.